Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. This is going to be recorded, so it will be available. We'll post it in the various groups, and it'll be available on the Ecom Boost YouTube channel when we're done. But we want to welcome you today to all about listings. We're going to talk about a lot of things about listings. It's one of the top questions that I personally get is like, how do I know if this product's going to sell? That's number one. And then people are always asking me like, how do I make my own listings? So we're going to talk about basically those topics today. And with me today is the absolute goat of Walmart. I was in Michael's mastermind back 2019 or so, like a long time ago. She had been on Walmart way before me. So she brings a wealth of knowledge about what Walmart is looking for in a lot of aspects, but specifically listings. So we're going to let her kind of fill the knowledge bucket up for you guys. And then we'll dive into a demo of what it looks like to create a listing the fast way, the good way, and that's through the Crazy Vendor software. So I'm going to let you take it away.
First, I want to say, Tracy, thank you so much. It's been a while since, I was teaching a class, mastermind, whatever we want to call it, a webinar. That's like my favorite thing is really to give people, all the knowledge I have. I enjoy doing that. I have some really interesting information for you today. If you're wondering, we have a couple of questions we're going to answer. The first one is, how do I know if this item is going to sell on Walmart? So we're going to try to answer this question by giving you 5 steps to validate your product. And because we're going to show you how to create listing, we're going to talk a little bit about Walmart listings, how to make sure it's optimized correctly, their guidelines. But I think the first step is really to make sure that when you take the time and create a listing for something that you want to sell, to make sure that you feel confident. And also, this process will give you the confidence to sell items. And then when you know how to list it fast, you can find items, sell them, create listings, and makes a lot of money. I don't think there is a better way for you to make to grow your store or make more profit if you don't constantly add in new products to Walmart. Because when you join a specific listing, you're always going to have competition. And when you create your listing, you know that at least for a while, you're not going to have competition. There's also some ways around it to make sure nobody's going to join your listing. When you create bundles or special offers and add some things that nobody else can add, so then you kind of protect yourself. But yeah, we're gonna dive. So if somebody doesn't know me, so I'm in the e-commerce more than 15 years. Started with Amazon and eBay, and then started with Walmart. In the past 10 years, I'm helping sellers and brands, to sell better on Walmart Marketplace. And I guess we will stop. Tracy, we will take some question between or in the end. So you let me know if there is any question coming. And yeah, let me share my screen and let's dive in.
Let me get on there. I will keep an eye on the chat, and I can post questions like like on the screen so that you can see them kind of as you're demoing, and then you can just answer those kind of as they come in.
So again, we're gonna answer a couple of really interesting questions people have all the time regarding Walmart. So let's start with the first one. How to know if your product is going to sell on Walmart Marketplace? So I'm going to show you a couple, really the way I did it for many, many years. I have a couple of steps that were always working for me really, really good. So the first step is you guys need to make sure that when you're selling something, you need to know what are the keywords the best keywords for this product. So the best keywords, how you do that? You do a research, okay? So the software I'm using for a while is Wally Smarter. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but I picked a product. I picked actually 2 products that we're gonna kind of go over them, and we're gonna look at that. So the first product I picked is it's a tanning pool. So right now this is a very generic product. The reason I like this product is because there's so many people are selling it. There's so many colors. It's kind of easy, simple item to sell if you can either resource it from wholesale. You can, order it from even from AliExpress. So there's so many ways to actually put your hands on a product like that and just create a new listing for it and sell it. So let's start. Just a second. All right, so I went to Wally Smarter and I put here tanning bed. So as you can see, it's going to show me the volume of the search. Now, if I want to sell a product and I see that a lot of people are searching for it, so I know that it's going to sell. If nobody's searching for it, again, this is my first step. Why would I try to sell something nobody's really searching for? Sometimes we kind of think about something that we know it's really cool and new, and then we want to sell it, but then again, people don't know about it, so it's going to be very hard for them to search for it. Therefore, it's going to be very hard for us to sell it. So this item is actually have really nice volume, and when we look at the volume of the keywords, 6,000, more than 6,000 search a month is okay. It's not the best, but again, we need to remember that when people are searching, they're using different phrases. So if we combine a couple of those, we have around 10,000 searches. And I think for me, it's a good item to start selling, again, especially because now it's the beginning of the summer, and I think those numbers are gonna pick up. So this is the first step for me to kind of say, okay, I found this product and I really like it. Now, the second thing that I'm going to do, actually, if you see, this item is in top 100 of products on Amazon as well. So that's kind of give me another step that we're gonna get to that as well. But let's go back here. So again, we want to make sure that we have the right volume. So we're going to do the research. And again, we're going to look for items that have volume that start around 5,000 and higher. Sometimes you're going to find items that have 50,000, 100,000 of searches a month. Again, as more is better. But the most important thing is that those phrases have to be relevant to your product, because for you to get all this traffic to your listing, you need to make sure you can use those phrases inside your description, title, and so on. So make sure it's relevant, because then when we use it, we're telling the algorithm we're relevant to the search, and then therefore we're going to show up in the first page. So this is the first step. And all right. The second step is we want to spy on our competition. So what does it mean? We want to see the total of how many competitors we have. How many are they on page 1? How many of them, how many reviews they have, how many units they're selling every month, if they're running ads. The only issue I can have with like a specific category is, or a specific item, if I see that my competition is extremely strong. It's mean like, let's say there's 10 people selling this item or something similar, and one of them is selling much more than all the other ones. Like, let's say one of them is selling like 500 units a month and all the rest like selling 2, 3, 4, 5 units. It's mean this competition is really, really high. So I would be a little bit careful with that. So let's kind of analyze this page, looking at the competition here. So as you can see here, we have 3 that are advertising. There's probably more than that, but 3 of them got the top page in here. And then if we scroll down a little bit, we actually have more. Okay, so this is very competitive to advertise. It means you need to make sure that you have enough profit in this product to spend on ads, because you're gonna need to spend some money on ads in here. Another thing that I'm looking is to see how many of these results are relevant to this page. So what does it mean? I was searching for a tanning bed. As you can see, I get here some items. They're not exactly tanning bed. They're kind of a little bit different. So what it's telling me that if I create my listing and I optimize it and I use the keywords, there is a chance that I can push someone from this page to the second page and I can get that spot, okay? Because it means there's some spaces in here. The first page have to fill up around 40 items, 40 listings. And if the algorithm doesn't find enough items that are really, really relevant for that search, is gonna start filling it up with things that he thinks that can be kind of relevant. So again, for me, it's a good sign, because I think, except of the fact that a lot of my competition are advertising, it looks really good, like to get to this page. There's a lot of people, a lot of design. Now let's look at something that is really, really interesting. All right. So let's look at the sales. So again, this is estimate sales. It's mean that it's not accurate, but it's kind of estimate. But we want to see what it's showing us. Okay, so we see that this product have 1 sale, this product have 8 sales. And let's look under. All right, we have 8, we have 97. Okay, this is getting interesting to this product. Although, again, this is not what I'm trying to sell, so I don't know how much I would count on that sale volume. But again, now that I see that, I can change my mind and I can try, maybe sell this item, right? So again, we're trying to find items that we see volume of searches and sales. And that's kind of how it's, how I can understand that people are searching and people are buying. And the fact that people are buying from different listing, it's mean that people buying different design. Each person, each customer like different color, different design. So my job is to do my research and come up with the right design, the right color, and so on. So this is for that. So again, I see some sales. I see that the item is top 100 on Amazon. So it's kinda, and it's just the beginning of the summer. So for me, this item looks good. It's something that if I'm thinking of selling, I would kind of, take my time, check, if I can source it, what's the best price. So we see it's selling an average of $35, $30, sometimes more. So let's say if I can source it around $10, that is something I would consider to sell. Tracey, what do you think about so far about this product?
Yeah, I mean, super.
Would you sell it?
No. So super interesting. So first of all, I want to just comment, like, Wally, this is Wally Smarter here that's providing the estimated monthly sales. So I know a lot of people that use like different products. Every product has their own algorithm for how they figure that, but having some type of estimated sales is helpful to analyze products. And then, like, if you're doing RA and OA, let's say you're not going to go source it wholesale or to like bring it in as your own product. There may be some brands that also do this, and you can look at kind of their sales and what the competition is against them as to whether or not that's a good product for you to purchase via OA or RA, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. So I have another example. Let's look at that. So I was looking at, again, top selling items on Amazon. And what I noticed is that right now, a lot of items in the top 100 for toys are actually a bubble machine. bubble one, bubble machine. So, and there's so many different ones. So again, this is the perfect item to sell because people are buying those now. They buy different design, different colors, boys, girls. So again, that's kind of give me the first kind of step for me to say, okay, oh, this is interesting. I wanna look into that. So this is Amazon. Then I went to do my keyword research. And as you can see, this is much, much better. This is here we can get to maybe around 40, 50,000 searches a month. And that is very good potential for, a good potential of like volume for something to sell. And, you guys can make a lot of money on those products right now. That's the season. So we're going to Walmart, and again, we're doing our research. We want to see who's selling it, how many units are they selling. So as you can see here, this machine is selling 48 units. This one sells 234 units. That's a lot. 19 units, 5 units, 59, 131. So again, what we want to do here is to find something similar to that. Again, you don't want to sell the exact same item. You want to see what they have. For example, if everybody's selling green, maybe you can sell yellow. If everybody sell dinosaur design, maybe you can sell like a shark design. So again, the goal is to come with something that will appeal to the customer. So again, that's a different topic, but again, this is like really interesting that you can guys now find a bubble machine and just list it on Walmart because it is gonna sell. So as you can see here, it's kind of similar. There's like different designs. There are a couple sellers that are advertising, and we have a really high search volume. So if we're gonna go back here to the next step. So again, we did that step. We kind of researched the first page on Walmart. Market research. Again, what is market research? It's the keyword research. It's to check on different marketplaces. So I would focus on Amazon because Amazon can give you so much data and tell you the rank, and you can see sales volume, and you can see what customers are saying about the product. What I would do, I would take a specific listing, and I would there is actually very cool AI tools that you put an SEN from Amazon, and it's gonna analyze like this listing and like another 10 listings. They're very similar, and it's gonna analyze all the reviews. And when you analyze all the reviews, you see what's the pain point, what people like to talk about, what they like about this product, what they wish this product have. And if you take all that information, you can create your product and make it better. So that's the goal, and that's really the next step. The next step is to take this product, make it better, make better listing, create better images, create better video, whatever you can do to differentiate yourself from your competition. So kind of this is my system that I'm working with, me and my customers, and again, it's working great. So I guess we're ready to go to the next topic unless we have questions. Tracey. Do we have any questions?
We had a question about if we're looking at the quality scale. I said we were going to be getting into that, so like that's the next thing that we're going to be doing. And then there's some questions about like, are we going to be looking at Amazon too? There's a similar process for Amazon, different tools like 10, something like that, to look at your keywords. You can look at Keepa and those types of things when you're analyzing products on Amazon. And like I said, whether or not it's you bringing something to the market or you going and like reselling something, like these considerations are things that we do on a daily basis. And maybe you haven't ever considered like how many other types of bubble machines are out when you go buy a bubble machine, but it should be a factor, not just your competition on that particular listing, but your competition across multiple listings for the same type of item. So that's going to help you kind of like hopefully find niches and things where you don't maybe have as much competition and can really do well with the products that you're choosing if you're doing the OA and RA model.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think today there's so many tools out there that are doing the work for you. They can analyze for you and giving you everything you need to know if this item is gonna sell and how to make it better. Again, really cool tools. If someone needs, um, any recommendation, feel free to reach out. I'm gonna send you one of the tools. I'm not sure, but I think it's this. I'm not 100% remember, but I think it's called a product optimization.ai. But again, I'm going to send you, there is a tool that is, I know it's free. It's kind of helping you. It's using AI to analyze the product. So I can find it and we can share it maybe in the end. All right, so let's go to our next topic. Our next topic is, okay, so now you have the product. Now you have a couple challenges is, how you create the best listing for it, how you create a listing that it's going to be high quality, that, the algorithm is going to like, that the customer is going to find. And when the customer is going to find, he's going to like the listing, he's going to like content. So in general, Walmart is very, very different marketplace than any other marketplace. They have very, very specific guidelines and very, very specific system on the way you should create your listing. They also have this, I think, this amazing tool, the listing quality tool, that again only Walmart have, that really analyze your listing and giving you advice on what do you need to do to make your listing better. So they're giving you all the tools to make you expert in optimizing your Walmart listing. You just need to go to the tool and see their comments. If it's their comments on the title, description, your images, your attributes. So again, it's very simple, but we're going to show you easier way even to do that. So you don't need to, again, try to figure out, but I think it's very important to know the basic, because even if we use a tool that's going to create the listing for you, and kind of the basic on how it should look like, you can make sure that it's actually looking, the right way, with all the AI and all the advanced and everything. And it's, again, those stuff are working great. Sometimes even AI can make mistakes, or it's not going to be written in a way that everybody can understand. So in Crazy Vendor, we do have a tool that create listing for you, and we worked and we took all the knowledge from Walmart, all my knowledge, and we actually we trained the AI to think like a Walmart a optimization expert, by telling them all the guidelines or Walmart guidelines, how to write the content. For example, Walmart don't like when you write content with like too complex words. So how to, write content that everybody can read. If it's 10 years old, or somebody that, their English is not perfect, or somebody that is old, different people get to your products. And you want to make sure that you write everything in a way that is very informative and simple. So again, we trained the AI to understand that. We trained the AI on, what's the length of the description should be, the key features, what's the basic of the title. So we're going to go over a couple of those things. But again, when you're going to use Crazy Vendor, again, the AI know all those things. So number one, the most important thing, and I see people doing this mistake for years, is a lot of people, they think, oh, I have such a good listing on Amazon, is working so good for me, let's just copy and paste it. So that's mistake number one, because Walmart is asking for you to have unique listing. It's mean Walmart don't want you to use the exact same title, description, key features that you have on any other marketplace. So make sure that you always use a unique content. Make sure that again, everything is kind of easy to read. It's not like keyword stuffing, or it's kind of messy, or you just fill it up with random words. Make sure it's actually everything is flowing. It's like when somebody read it, it's, it's have the flow of, they know what you're trying to sell them. A lot of time I see people making the mistake that they have a title, and then the product name is in the title, but then it's not in the description, or it's not in the key features. Again, you need to make sure the product is there, not just the information. So if you sell, for example, a 5-piece, I don't know, towel set, and then you just, in the information, you write information about the product, but you forget to mention again what is the product. So again, I see that mistake again and again. So make sure you remember to repeat that again in the description. Titles. Walmart algorithm is very, very sensitive with the title. The title have very it's so important for the title to be good, because that's like the number one thing the algorithm is checking. So make sure your title is good, is following the guidelines. There is a formula that Walmart want you to use. Again, you need to adjust the formula by the item, the category that you sell in. But again, you always need to start with the brand. What is the item? Like the most relevant, how you call this item, and then you can add what's the quality of it, if there's if it's a pack, if it's a bundle, if it's a style. Make sure all those stuff go in the end of the title. Don't use special characters, and the only thing you can use is comma. Anything else I recommend not to use. It's really gonna kind of mess up your optimization. And your title cannot be too long. So between 75 to 100 characters. It depends on the category. Each category have different guidelines. So again, it's something you're gonna need to, again, you don't need to worry about that. Again, you can always, again, if you use Crazy Vendor, the system, the AI know how to do it. If you upload the listing, after you upload your listing, go to your accounts and go to the listing score tool and see what they're saying. They're gonna tell you your title is too long, your title is too short, your title missing keywords. Again, the Walmart tool is really, really good. Let's talk about the description. Okay, so again, description, make sure you include as much more keywords as you can in the description, because there is no back-end keywords. So you have to know all your keywords, and you have to build the content in a way that you can apply the keywords. And again, it's making sense. It's not kind of just keyword stuffing. Don't forget to put the most important information. So the way I'm doing it, I would take this product and I would sit and I would write any question I think a customer would have about my product. Like they want to know the size of it. They want to know what it's made of, how to use it, how to wash it, what's the benefits of it, where is it made. All those things that you think the customer will want to know on your product, make sure they're in the description. Again, make sure your description is not too short, not too long. I would stay around 150 words. Walmart don't like you using like sales terms, like, it's on sale, or buy it now, or it's the best, or things like that. Make sure you don't use any words like that. And again, show knowledge with facts about your product. Key features. So key features, again, we want to use at least 5. Don't use less than 3, but I would not even put 3 or 4. I would always put 5. Again, that's to get the highest score, you need to have 5. So make sure you use 5. And if you're not sure on, how to create 5, again, you can use AI. if you use Crazy Vendor to create a listing, Crazy Vendor, the AI know how exactly to find those 5 bullets. I would say look at your description and try to break it to 5 parts, and then use each part as a different key feature. Again, make sure it's not too long, not too short, and make sure that every key feature is very, very kind of focused on a specific topic. Okay, so one key feature can focus on the quality, the other one can focus on how you use it, and the third one can focus on who is it for, and so on and so on. And again, it's absolutely okay to use very similar information in your description and key features. Some people would read both. Some people only going to read the key features. Some people just going to read the description. So make sure you're not missing important information in both parts. Images. I cannot tell you how, e-commerce is changing so fast. And we live in this world that your customer is mostly buying from your images. Customers are not, if your images are good and can really describe the item and they have really good infographics on them and good information and lifestyle images, you're going to see that you actually, you can sell just by putting really good images. So and again, the order of the images is also very important, because you want to kind of take the customer through the story of your product. So again, images are so important, especially because we see that today most of the sales coming from the app or mobile. And when you shop on mobile, you can see it's mainly, you mainly focus on the images. So again, high quality, make sure you create images, they're in the right pixel, 2000 by 2000. It can be a little bit bigger than that, but don't make it smaller than that. And again, take the time and create lifestyle images. Okay, just a second. I'm on a live. Sorry. And I think that's it. So yeah, Tracey, back to you.
All right, there I am. While you were saying that, I was like, oh, I need to add an infographic. So I was going over and making an infographic really quick that we can use when we make our listing.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, like I was like, oh yeah, let me do that real quick. All right,
Yeah.
so we'll download that. Yeah, it's such great information. And I think it's, sometimes it's easy, especially if you're a reseller who's like selling other people's products. We don't put a lot of time and thought sometimes into the analysis of what you talked about. Like we look at price, we look at like sales volume, but we don't necessarily look at competition. How well is the listing written? And that is one of the things that when I first started selling on Walmart, I learned very quickly how important that is, because the quality score, it drives everything. It drives where you're placed on the page. It drives if you're going to advertise, whether or not your advertisement actually gets pushed out. If your listing is not at a certain quality score, like you're wasting your time and energy to advertise things that Walmart's not going to advertise because of the quality.
So true. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that, because the algorithm is so smart and you cannot fool the algorithm. Even if you try to say, oh, I have money, I'm going to spend a lot of money on ads, you're not going to get any placements. It's not going to spend any money. If the ads algorithm don't think you're relevant and your listing is not good quality, don't even try to create ads. Like a lot of time I get brands that they have, they have their products on Walmart, and they're coming to me and they're like, we don't get sales. We sell so much on Amazon, but we don't get sales. And then I go and I see, and I see the listing is really not high quality. Their score is not good. They don't have the right keywords. And once we fix all of that, it's like magic. Organically, they're showing up. They're getting a placement on ads. They start selling. So again, I think it's so simple, but again, it's simple because we know that, but
Right.
and that's what we're trying to, give you this knowledge. And even if you're a reseller, I'm working again with resellers for so many years, and even if you're reseller, you can double your account by doing a couple simple things. By, let's say you're a reseller and you really like to sell, I don't know, let's say like shampoos, right? You love to source for shampoo and cosmetics and all this stuff, and that's wonderful, and you sell a lot. But if you're going to stop for a second and you're going to look at, a couple of the brands you're selling, you're going to see that, you're selling a really cool brand for shampoo, and the listing is really bad. So if you're going to, take the time and create new listing, just buy a UPC, create new listing to the exact same product, make it really good listing with really beautiful images. You're going to be amazed how much sales you're going to get. Or even something as simple as, take that shampoo. I had one of my clients used to sell a shampoo and conditioner of very famous brand, and he sells a lot. He sells good, But then I told him, look at this opportunity. Nobody's selling the shampoo and the conditioner together.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the problem of a lot of resellers, they will not do that, not because they don't want to, because again, they're too intimidated. How are we going to create listing? How we know how to create listing? Is it going to be good? Is it going to sell? So again, that's where Crazy Vendor come, because it solve all this problem for you. Again, with that steps, and we did the validation and it's selling. So what happened? He created that bundle. That bundle we're selling like 5 times more than the shampoo and conditioner. It starts selling like much, much more. Just because why? Because now we focus on the customer. The customer, what you do actually is you serve him much better, because he doesn't need to go and search for the shampoo and then go search for it. You put it together, you make it so easy for him to just add to cart, and he, and again, and this is why it starts selling much more. So yeah.
Yeah, a great example I can give you myself is, now I've created thousands, literally, of listings on Amazon, probably close to 1,000 or so on Walmart by now. But I created a bundle listing for a toy that was really very popular. We created this bundle listing on both Amazon and Walmart. Within a week, we were ranked 3,000 in toys.
Wow.
On Amazon, and we were selling it equally as fast on Walmart. So we created that listing in like late August, early September. We're still replenishing that, and we're still selling it at an amazing pace. And it just goes to the fact of like paying attention to the listing, what it looks like, the information you provide. It's so great. And Walmart specifically, which kind of leads into kind of my part of this, like Walmart is such a fertile ground for those types of bundles and multi-packs, because they haven't restricted it like Amazon did. So Amazon came in and kind of put the kibosh on a lot of sloppy listings. There was a lot of people who were listing and kind of bending the rules, adding a keychain, adding, a napkin or whatever, trying to make a listing like their brand. On Walmart so far, and I always kind of like put that caveat, they don't care. Like they're okay. Like I've talked to multiple people at high levels that are like, if you want to create a 2-pack of Post Malone Oreos, which is what I did, and you want to sell the 2-pack for $28, which I did, and I sold hundreds and hundreds of those Oreos because people, they want to get more. And like, was there a single pack sitting there for like $8? Yes, but they still bought the 2-pack. And so there's just something to the mental, like the way shoppers are mentally thinking, like this is more convenient for me. Like I'm just going to get 2, I'm just going to get 3. Like, let me just buy that bundle. And they don't even price compare or anything. It's just about convenience.
Yeah, especially on basic items. Don't forget that customer that shop their basic stuff like food or beauty or supplements, when they shop those basic stuff online, a lot of times they do that because they don't have time to go to the store. And a lot of time when they buy it, they prefer to buy multi-pack. This is why people go to Costco, because then they know they can not think about it for a couple of months. So when you sell something in bigger quantity, again, you're doing a great service to the customer.
And
And
you're also
sometimes
building,
customers, yeah.
so you're also building a moat around your business because like most of the time Walmart doesn't sell those multi-packs. They do some.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of do some like what they call virtual bundles, but for the most part, they don't put those things together and offer them to the customer. So you don't have to compete against Walmart and or Amazon if you can build those on Amazon. But also like people who are going in the stores and scanning products aren't going to pick it up. So you built even a bigger moat around your business so that you're going to have less competition. So higher profit, because if you do the shampoo and conditioner individually, you're paying that referral fee on each item as well as the commission. But when you bundle it, you're paying the referral fee once, might be a little bit higher, but it's not twice as much. So your profit increases. And so that's just something with Walmart. We have leaned so heavily into creating our own listings, whether that be multi-packs, bundles, or products that aren't currently on the marketplace. So let's talk a little bit about what that looks like. So the first thing I'm just going to show you is listing quality. We're not going to talk about like how to fix it today, although that's a great topic for us to go in and talk about. But I just sorted out and said like, okay, let me see a product that's really done well. And this has 100% quality score. Now, I did not make this listing, but just for kind of a sample here, let me close Multiseller Pro. So we've got great images, we've got video content, we've got our bullets, we've got a very descriptive title, and we've got a great price. Those are all things in fast shipping. Those are all things that Walmart kind of puts into the equation about listing quality. So I just wanted to show that to you because it does have an impact then of us actually creating listings. So Crazy Vendor is an amazing product. I've been kind of dabbling in it probably 6 or 7 months, but they have really stepped up their game in a couple of areas here recently. And one of those is this listing creation kind of automation in a way, because like I don't have to work as hard to make listings as I did before. I did also want to show you this. In Crazy Vendor, you do have the ability to view your listing scores, and there's a way to fix those in Crazy Vendor. And again, it's a topic for another day, but because we talked about listing quality, I wanted to point it out.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go to listing management and this create listing area. And so if you have never made a listing on Walmart, and I'll just kind of take you over here and show you. If I go into my catalog and I go over here to add an item, and I know it's not already in Walmart, I have a couple of ways in which I can create items. So I'm going to say if I hit create, let's just say I'm going to create a single item. It's going to bring up a template, and I have to fill this template out with a lot of content if it's seller fulfilled. But if I'm going to sell this as Walmart fulfilled, there is even more content that has to be filled out. And so I'm typing, I'm moving my fingers around a lot with the mouse. I'm just seeing it's a lot of time and effort for each single listing. I can also create a file, and I can do multiple products at once. But again, I still have to type or copy and paste things and to kind of push that through. And I don't know, like, is my title good? Are my bullets good? Is my description good? And that's what Crazy Vendor has done, because as Michal said, they've taken this knowledge that she's had, that the terms of service provide, and built it in to train this AI to build a quality listing for you. So if I go into create new listing, I'm going to create this from scratch. And then I choose what marketplace. So we're going to start with Walmart, but I can also show you what it looks like for Amazon. We'll choose my store and my fulfillment method, and we'll hit continue. And it brings me to this screen. And on this screen, I can use this screen and I can go through and I can fill out information. But what I want to do is I want to use the AI tool because I want to save myself time and energy. So I'm going to hit that generate with AI, and I only have to provide initially 3 pieces of information. First of all, what category is it? And we are going to create a listing for this lovely Squishmallow, who is a 4th of July kind of Squishmallow, who currently is not on a Walmart. So, hey, there you go.
So, all the first sales going to come to you. So
That's right. So I know that for Walmart, plush toys is a category. So I'm going to select that. The category is important because every category has different fields that are required. So you want to make sure you choose the best category. You can kind of keyword search if you don't know what it is. You could go in, you could put in like stuff, you could put in plush, you could put in, lots of things to try to figure out what those categories are. Then we're going to give a description. And this doesn't mean you have to type in like what you expect to see on Walmart. We're just providing the AI enough information that they can like take that and kind of run with it. So I'm going to type in that this is Squishmallows. It's an 8-inch Edward the Eagle, 4th of July. That's what he is. Okay. And then I'm going to upload an image, and I'm going to click that. Hopefully I am. Sometimes my computer is crazy. If it doesn't like that, maybe it'll let me drag and drop. Come on. There we go. Okay. All right. So we have a photo of him. And I always use my own photos. I took pictures of this guy from all angles, and then I went into my photo editing software, got it on a white background. I resized it to fill the screen so that people will see exactly what it is they're buying. And then you just hit this generate button. And we're going to give it a second here to think about this. And it's going to start filling out my required elements for this item. It honestly doesn't take that long. There we go. Okay. So gave us a title, Squishmallows 8-inch Edward the Eagle 4th of July plush toy. Pretty simple. It's exactly what we have here in our hands.
Yeah, but you notice that the title is exactly how Walmart would like it to be. Not too long, not too short, just
the brand is at the beginning.
To the point, yeah.
Yeah, brand is at the beginning. It will automatically give this a SKU, but if you do your SKUs differently, we can type in our SKU. So if I want to call this Squish 8 Edward 4th, like just some things that make me know it, I can do that. Then it gives us a description. So I want to read through it because I want to validate that this is correct, that there's nothing that I, think should be kind of like changed around. So we kind of read through this. I'm not going to take time to completely read it. So we got all sorts of stuff here. We got great detail for this item. It kind of has a call to action here, bring home the spirit of 4th of July at the end, which is kind of cool. But you see my product image here. And then we can add our secondary images. So I'm going to bring over this one. And they'll start popping in here. And the next one.
One more tip about images. I see a lot of sellers that add in just 1 or 2 or 3. Try to add 6. That's again what the highest score you can get on images is 6, and especially if they're good quality and some of them have like infographics or lifestyle. And again, if you upload the listing and you don't have 6 images, just upload the listing, but don't forget to come back and add more images. And if you don't like, I don't know how to, I only have this product. So again, use AI, different tools, product, and create you many images. Or like Tracey did, she took images in different angles and zoom in and out of things. And that's how you get to 6 images.
All right. So
I like the last one.
Yeah. Nice. So I use 2 different main tools when I do images. I like Photo Room a whole lot. It's very easy to bulk edit and remove backgrounds on your images. It also has AI backgrounds, so you can kind of put keywords in and it'll push an AI background to it, which is what I did here. So we've got like the 4th of July fireworks going off in the background of this animal. And then for the infographic, I did that in Canva. So I just took the image, made it a little bit smaller, so because it wasn't enough room to put the bar. And then it has the bar that shows it's 8 inches. So we have an infographic here now with this item. I do have one more image I could add. It's a tag, so that we can just really beef up our images.
Just a quick note. The tool can also create you images, but again, it's still not, we're still working on it. So that's something is coming up. And then you just need to put one image and we're gonna create you all your images for you.
Yeah.
Isn't awesome. That gonna be cool?
That will be amazing. Then you want to make sure the price is where you want the price. This is not the price I probably would sell this for. Probably more like $29.99. And then we're just going to be coming through here and kind of just checking and making sure it's just kind of like a spot check. But like all of these fields are filled out for us. It's got the brand name, it's got the height, it's got the age group, it's got, here's the depth here, color is already filled out. It's got the year on here. We want to verify that. If I look at the tag, it does say 3 and up. It's perfect. The key features are listed here. There are more than one. That's actually something I need to tell Mir, is that we can't see them all.
Yeah.
So
yeah. We know that. They are there, but yeah, it's hard to see they're there. Yeah, we are working on making sure you guys can see them all.
Yeah. They've got our maximum years. We've got all these categories. Okay, great. We can show additional fields here. I will say the only thing that we sometimes have to do is fill in the manufacturer, because Walmart wants the manufacturer. So wherever that one is, we have to make sure that is filled out. Okay. And you can fill in some of these other things with Walmart.
Here, manufacturer name, it's right there on top.
Oh, there it is. So this is Jazzwares. Because it will throw an error on Walmart if that's not filled out. Okay, so everything is, that needs to be filled out is filled out. We can go back up here. There's basically 3 tabs. This basic information, does it have a chemical, an aerosol? We want to change this to UPC, and I'm going to scan this because we're going to list this by its actual UPC. If I'm doing a bundle of any kind, I will need my own UPCs. There are various sites you can do to get those. Right now, Walmart, as of today, Walmart doesn't require any GS1s. So you can pretty much just buy your UPCs at a quality UPC place. No state restrictions. Everything looks great here now. And then we'll go to this last tab, which is country of origin's already filled out. All of this is filled out. Weight's filled out. We're ready to go. We hit publish. We're done. Like literally done. So I typed one thing on there, out of all that information. I can tell you, I have trained 2 of my staff and they are all over this daily. Hey, I need a listing for this. They just run over, they create it, maybe shoot a couple of pictures if they need them, and they're good to go. And as easily as that was done for Walmart, you can do the same thing for Amazon. So you can go in and you can create a listing for Amazon by the same thing, create from scratch. We're just going to choose Amazon instead. And plush again. Okay. And it's just different information because Amazon's listings are set up differently. Okay, couple of questions. How many images? So a total of 6 is what is recommended, correct? The main image plus 5, is that right?
Yes. Yeah, you can put up to 9, but 6 is what I say, we want to make the algorithm, the listing score, giving you the highest score. So there's little things like that really actually gonna get your score higher. And Walmart algorithm and the score are best friends. So once your score is good, you're gonna start getting placements on search result when customers are searching for you. So you sometimes you don't need even to spend money and advertise. If your listing is that good and your score is that good, you're gonna show up on first page really, really fast, as long as the searches are relevant to your product. So that's why I love Walmart. With Amazon, it's tough. It's tough. You can have the best listing in the world, but if you just launched on Amazon, nobody's gonna find you. Not like it used to be in the past. Now it's really, really, it's like they want you to spend the money on ads. They have their interest of you spending money. Walmart really doesn't have that yet. So that's the good part.
For sure. And with images, like what we typically try to do is if it makes sense to take one from all four sides, we do that. If it has ingredients, we take a picture of the ingredients list. If it has nutrition facts or anything like that, supplement facts, we take a picture of that. We try to have an infographic like showing how big is it, comparing it to something else that might be relevant, something like that. Obviously, if it's a 2-pack, we might put the two things together. If it's like shampoo, conditioner, then we might have a single image of each that's a little bit larger to look at. But yeah, you just have to kind of, and then we try to make like a lifestyle image, like put it in a kid's hand, put it on a background that kind of like correlates like this one to like the season or something like that. At Christmas, I did all sorts of products sitting in the kitchen with Christmas decorations around it. Like it just like it's so easy with AI. And like I said, like Canva has that background, Photo Room has that background. Like about any kind of image tool has that now, where you can do that. So this listing went into my Walmart account. So it is processing. So if I go to, let me close this, I'll close this, and I'll come over here to the activity feed. And this MP means that's coming over from Crazy Vendor. So you can see the difference between that and like other ones maybe that we just created, whatever else, like or edited or I don't know, whatever we were doing with it. Like this one, it was a setup by match because it was already in the catalog. So but yeah, so this will sit here. Depending on Walmart's mood, it could take 5 minutes to process or an hour. Like it just is a Walmart.
We cannot control that.
That's kind of like Walmart's mood for the day. But we have created a good number of listings by now.
Tracey, is there any listing you created through Crazy Vendor that you can show on Walmart.com?
Oh, yeah, probably. Let me see if I can find it. If I search MP, if that won't come up. Okay, let me think for a second.
So Tracey she's actually taking the most advantage of our software, Crazy Vendor, with that features, and I'm so excited, and I'm so excited you're showing that because you just did an amazing job showing how simple it is, because it is very, very simple. And all of you that wanna grow your account, this is the next step. You need to create listings, more listing bundles, multi-pack that you're gonna put on Walmart. You will get more sales, and it's just a proven system to get more sales.
Let me go back. Where did it go? I just saw it. Here it is. This one was created with Crazy Vendor.
Okay, that's cool. All right. The charm, okay, the title is good. Oh, we have nice description.
Yeah, I mean, it's a simple item. But that one was.
But again, think about that. It's only took like just a couple minutes, even less than that.
Yeah.
And your item is on Walmart, and it's gonna start getting some sales once you have inventory. So that's really cool.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a question. Which plan supports all of this listing module? So
that's a great question. So all plans, even the basic one. And if we're already talking about that, I know we gave Tracey a special offer for your audience. So if you wanna share, you have your offer. Or you
Yeah,
want
so
me
if you
to?
scan this
Yeah.
QR code, that will sign you up with my code. You get 30-day free trial.
You know how
And
many listings you guys can create in that 30-day?
yeah,
A
I mean,
lot.
like 30 days to try like 30 days to try a product, like number for one is like crazy, which I love.
Yeah.
I love because sometimes 14 isn't enough, things come up. But with 30
Yeah.
days, you should have plenty of time to come in and like figure this out, this piece out, figure out a few of the other pieces that are in here. Because this software is very comprehensive. You guys, if you know me, if you came here because you know me, you know that like I only promote things that I'm actually using and that I believe in. And there's a lot of this product I haven't even touched yet just because of time. But there's going to be a new inventory management piece that I was got a sneak peek at, and that is going to blow your mind if you sell on multiple platforms. Because the question I get from my accountant every month is, okay, what's your like inventory valuation at the end of the month? And I have to go to Amazon and get it from that software, and I have to go to Walmart and get it from that software, and I have to go to eBay and figure that one out for myself and put all that together to give it to her. And this is going to have it, all of your software, that kind of content. You're going to be able to see profitability and things like that. But there is a component. So first of all, any of these will support the listing module. So if that's really all you're interested in, which would be crazy because it does much more, but that's okay. This $49 a month is going to get you there. This next question, let me bring it up.
And again, you have your first 30-day for free, and your code is also 20% for life, right? After that?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
So you get another 20% of that 49 a month or whatever plan you choose for the rest of your life. Do you have, when they scan it, they can see the coupon code and everything? Is it in there?
Should be. My code is WOW, just WOW.
Easy.
Wow. Okay. Make it super easy for everybody. So if it asks for a code, just put code WOW in. Someone asked, does Crazy Vendor help with updating your score on your listings? It does.
It does.
I will call it auto magically. Is what
It is.
So again, it's not really the crux of today, but you can go into this listing statistics, and if you want to like look at one of these and try to improve where your scores are. I've got a lot of pages, guys. So I don't know how long it might take me to find one that needs to be updated because I didn't plan for that. But let's just say you want to improve this one. You can go in and it will look at the listing and then come back with recommendations of what you can do to help that listing. I will say that some listings you can't do what they ask you to do because you have to have the rights to do it. And depending what kind of seller account you have, if you're approved by the brand, like different ones will let you, and then others are kind of more locked down. But for the ones that you can do the updates, like it really can help those scores. It can help you get more visibility. It will make your sales go faster. I'm telling you, when I look at my sales and I look at quality scores, there's a direct correlation there. Absolutely 100% direct correlation. But we can do a session that's just about this.
Yeah. So but real quick, it is gonna check your score and it's gonna give you a recommendation, and then it's gonna tell you publish, and then you click publish, and it's gonna publish it as long as you have control over that listing.
Let me grab, somebody wanted copy here. Let me put this also in there. There's the link if you want the
questions. Link. Such a good questions in here.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, like, between my two girls that do listings for me and then myself, like, we can't even believe how much time we're cutting out of that process. It basically, it more than pays for itself every month because we do a lot of custom listings. That's just our model. We do a lot of seasonal products and things like that. So we're always making listings and trying to be, like Michael said, like, okay, so now that I have this listing made, like I can go out and list these. Nobody else has them right now because there was no listing for it. And so hopefully
Yeah.
I can burn through and sell the ones I have before anybody else finds the listing, um, which is great. And then again, if I'm doing like my own listing bundle, pack of something, and I'm using my own barcode, they have to search by keyword to find those. And a lot of people are too lazy. They just want to scan, scan, scan. And if you search by keyword, like you can find a lot more. Let's see. Will it inventory like inventory Falcon did? Okay, this is a great one. Yeah, so a lot of you guys know I used to promote Martyr and the whole Martyr suite of products. I have backed away from them. I'm no longer verbally supporting those products because there's better ones out there. And Crazy Vendor does have both Amazon and Walmart shipping built into here. I will personally say that's something this week I plan to like dive into. So I can't comment yet how it works because I haven't used it myself, but you guys know I will share as soon as I do. It will have some reports, and they're building out more reports. So I have a feeling there will be at least the reporting that we need, but I don't know when it will all hit. So in terms of like being able to like push a shipment in, that capability is there. The one thing that right now I don't think we have is conversion of a seller fulfilled item to a WFS item. So that's something that I'll talk to Mir and we'll see if we can figure out a way to get that done too, because I know that would be a gap that would be really nicely filled.
So I want to say that we're very, very happy to hear the feedback and what you need, because that's why, we drive Tracey crazy. We take so much of her time just to understand what she needs. And when we know what she needs and all the other software she's using, now we know what we can add, and we're constantly updating the software. So again, anything you think you need, that's going to make your life easier, or you use a different software. And again, the goal is for you not to use so many softwares. The goal is for you to use one software that you can see all your stores in it and do anything you need to do in it. And that's really our goal. So we love to hear feedback. You can reach out to me if you want to share my email address. I can, let me send it to you, and you can just, guys, feel free to message me, or find me on Facebook or LinkedIn, and I'm happy to, take any feedback.
And I will like just comment on that. The softwares I tend to work with are ones that are really listening to users. I only use 3 pieces of software for Walmart right now. So that's my Crazy Vendor, my Multi-Seller Pro, and Flash Pricer for my repricer. So, and all of those like have very open channels to share like what you're looking for, what works, what doesn't work, what you want to see next. So capitalize on this actual like invitation to say like, hey, like it'd be great if you did this. Like the more they hear that as a need, then it can like be raised a little bit up in terms of priority. Obviously, I'm trying to share with them the things that I know the community is asking for, not just me personally, but I like it when he builds stuff for me personally. And I will say, like when we had the Walmart regatings happen with beauty, I talked with him and I said, look, I need a way to do like multi-channel fulfillment faster because the Walmart way really sucked. And I had all this product that I had just sent in, and he literally had that built for me in 2 days. So like very much like what you're used to with some of the other developers we work with, he's very good about trying to push those changes in. Michael, do you know the answer to this? I think I might, but I don't want to misspeak. What is the difference in general user and warehouse manager?
Yeah, that's great. So let's say you a general user, of course, and let's say you work with the 3P, or you have a warehouse somewhere that they get your inventory, and so they have their own login, so they can log in and create shipments to WFS, to Amazon, they can do anything from the software, and that's, of course, once they do that, it's updating your software, your stores, and everything. So there is no need for them to use different software, so they can do it all from there. So that's for them, that's their login. So you can give login to all your warehouses, your managers, and so on.
I did not know that, and my brain just did a little mini explosion because we are not a prep center here, but we do through my mastermind offer group buy opportunities, and we're doing shipments for everybody. And we have to do a lot of back and forth dialogue because we don't go into people's Walmart accounts to do that. And this might be that might be the amazing solution we've been looking for, actually.
Absolutely. And again, when you have a manager, a warehouse manager, again, you choose what access they have. So they usually will only have access to inventory, create shipments, manage returns, and things like that.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and just because we have you here, guys, I'm just going to kind of like show you a few of the other things that are here so you know like how comprehensive this software is. There is an entire communication module here where you can basically set up an agent that kind of auto replies to emails, which for Walmart's super important because we don't want to miss our SLA of how fast we reply to customers. So you can kind of build some like common responses, hey, we're sorry for the delay. We'll get back to you, as soon as possible, but at least you're responding to it. So there's that whole component there that you have under communication. You can do order management, which means you can fulfill your orders right here on the platform for all of your marketplaces, utilizing the marketplace like postage thing. So like, how you're only protected on Walmart if you use Walmart shipping. This connects and uses Walmart shipping, but you can do it while you're sitting here on the platform. And then you can ship something from Amazon using Amazon shipping. So you get the protections from those companies, but you're able to manage it in one central location. And because you're doing it through Crazy Vendor, it's capturing the cost of the postage. And that cost of the postage is added to that order. So when you're looking at your profit analysis, it's complete. So you don't have a missing piece of information, which a lot of the vendors who are doing profit calculations, that's a missing component for them. So that's pretty cool also. So the contacts information I don't know enough about, but stock management, this is where you can control the inventory that you have, your inbound shipments that you're doing, business analytics. This is where you can look at your profit. They have some stuff here. It's going to become even better as we move forward, but there are some pieces of information here that are going. Then you have your listing statistics, which is your listing quality scores. Your listing management is creating listings. There's accounting down here. Like there's just so much here. And so when Michael and I were talking, it's like, what should we talk about first? And I'm like, well, the biggest question I get is, what should I sell and how do I know it's going to sell? And how do I make my own listings? Because we do that for a lot of people. So I get those questions a lot. Yeah. So question, we should sign up for general user. Yes, that's kind of what I'm understanding from that. Is there a cost difference between those two?
No. No, you just choose, again, this is your account, so you need to sign up as general user.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions? And also, if you want to throw in the chat what you would like us to focus on, maybe in the next webinar, give us some kind of guidance of like what you would like to see more of. And you can do that privately to me or to Michal through her email address too.
Yes.
I think that would help us know where we want to go next with this, because obviously there's a lot here to cover, a lot of education. Like I said, like it's so overwhelming even for me because I just, I'm spinning 14 plates. It's like, so take the time to learn something. But whenever I do, just like, when I learned how to do this, creating a listing, I'm like, oh my word, I just bought back hours by sitting and learning how to do that.
Yeah. So were you able to share my email address?
Let me.
Sorry. I mean, I can put it on my screen if you wanna.
Yeah,
if you want
hang on
to share
just
my
a second.
screen.
Let me throw this off here. Um, I got too many buttons I have to click here. Okay, so then I can go to here and grab it.
And again, when you come again to the software, you have a place to chat. We're always, it's 24 hours. You can chat with someone. You can contact us. Again, we are here to hear you. Make your life easy. We all been there. We all been selling in so many channels and struggling with all these issues, and sometimes it's we have a very limited time during the day, and if you forget something important, as you have something that's selling really good and you didn't pay attention and you're selling out, the software is going to give you notification. It's going to tell you ahead of time, hey, you're going to get a message, you're about to sell out. So you can set up any notification you need, and the software is there to analyze your account, to give you notification, to give you even strategies. There's a lot of really cool AI tools that kind of analyze your inventory, your account, what are you doing, what are you selling, and it's giving you like really good reports and advice. It's going to give you actual strategies based on what are you doing.
100%. All right. We appreciate you guys joining us. If you come in for the replay, thanks for coming and watching the replay. Even if you watch it on 2x speed, which is what I typically do with replays, I understand time is precious. We will come back at you guys in a few weeks with another session. If you have any questions in the meantime, you can contact Michal through that email address. Obviously, you can reach out to me through all the different social media platforms, Facebook, in the WOW group, Instagram, 7-Figure Grammy is my name. And yeah, we're just happy to help you make your life easier for sure.
Yes. Tracey, thank you so much. That was so much fun. And yeah, I hope we can do it again soon. You let us know what you want us to talk about, and we're, happy to be here.